Oh, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry for yelling at you, but sometimes I gotta wake you up. You know, sometimes I need to wake myself up. Let's go ahead and move on to the next track here on the album First Utterance by First Utterance. There's an N in there. First Utterance. Sounds like First Uterus. By Comus. Welcome back to the channel, guys. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Today we are listening to the second track on the album, First Utterance, by the band Comus, released in 1971. That would be the track The Herald. So we had listened to Diana a while back. I listened to it again right now. I don't remember my first experience, but my second one must be a little bit better. It is an interesting sound this band has. A very interesting sound. So I know that's quite a few of you were asking me to listen to some more from the band. So we're going to move on to the next track, The Herald. I know that Drip Drip was also a very, very highly requested track, but it just makes sense just to go to the next one over. So let's go ahead and pull up The Herald, Comus, and let's begin. Bye-bye. That was completely different from the previous track. That was so different. I did not expect this at all. The Herald is a beautiful track, stunningly beautiful. This is gorgeous. Oh man, I feel at peace. I feel nothing weird happened. There wasn't any darkness in this song, just a little bit of a sadness. But how poetic. Ooh, I think I understand what it's about, but I only stood at the very end. Love the guitar playing. I love the instruments. So help me out here. I didn't want to comment during the song. But there's a sound that sounds not necessarily like a theremin, but kind of theremin-like. Say the same thing without saying the same thing. I think that it's just someone singing or doing like a very high-pitched vocal line. That's just like, I can't even do it. My voice doesn't go that high. It's like... There's a very high-pitched noise or sound going on in the background in part of the song, and I'm not sure what that is. I'm leaning towards a vocal, but it could be anything for all I know. This was just so relaxing. This felt like dawn folk. This is folk music you put on in the morning, and it just kind of like leads you into the day. Kind of like with Amazing Blondell, who we listened to. Like, it just feels like folk to listen to at the sunrise, which actually is pretty fitting considering the lyrics. I love how the male harmonies come in at the end just to push that climax over the edge. I'm really enjoying the guitar work on this particular track, especially in the middle. That was very, very beautiful. I'm going to lean towards that being Glenn Goring on the guitar here. You also have Roger Wooten on acoustic guitar, but I'm leaning towards Glenn Goring being the lead on this particular track. But I think this is absolutely beautiful. I don't even have a lot to say on it. I just think that it was a gorgeous track. 12 minutes, and it didn't feel like overly long, unless you're not in the mood for this. But I wasn't expecting this, but I was very, very nicely and happily surprised. Let's talk about the lyrics on this one, because I think it's basically talking about the day-night cycle, and I think that the Herald is basically like the herald of dawn. Like, hold on, we're going to talk about this because it also relates to the music and the fade in, fades out, and the pauses. As a single star glides swiftly down the night, a soft wedding note issues from the time-worn flute. You have to have these images in your mind, okay? Frowning slightly, the herald listens, wistful across the night, and from way back behind, the day comes, the echoed answer. So, like I said, it wasn't until the end that I think I got this song. But it's talking about the day-night cycle, and these heralds, they play their flutes when the next time is coming, whether that's nighttime or daytime. So right now in the first verse, we're talking about the herald of the day, who's active during night, right? That single star that he's watching go away, I'm just imagining that's the moon, because he's the night herald, for lack of a better word, right? So as the moon goes away, of course, behind him is going to come daybreak. So he plays his flute, he issues out that note, he listens, and he says from way back behind, the day comes the echoed answer. That's the herald of the day, or of the night. Active during day, but you know what I mean. The day advances oh so softly, his shadow lengthens, and his voice is mute, but clear his flute, and sadly walks forward, followed by the day. Herald of morning walks across the earth eternally. Oh. So I love this characterization we're getting here. His groaning, he sadly walks as the morning is coming behind him. Probably because he never gets to see the morning. He never gets to see the daylight. He never gets to see the dawn. He is just eternally fated to darkness. That is so brilliant. And also, once again, like I said, mixing music with lyrics and songwriting. God, the songwriting is strong. The little pauses, the flute that actually blows out in the music, but the pauses, because the music fades away at a certain point, right? Like I want to say maybe 2 or 3 minutes in, it just fades to a complete pause. And then the next herald comes in, and the music begins to fade in. Sunrise, sunset, morning, and twilight. That is so intelligent to me. And somewhere in the black distance, another herald puts down his flute, and the dewy dawn creeps on, and the night withdraws. The day advances oh so softly, his shadow lengthens, and his voice is mute but clear his flute, and sadly walks followed by the day. Herald of morning walks across the earth eternally. Perhaps he never gets to rest because it's never nighttime for him. He's never blessed to gaze upon the stars. This is so cool. And perhaps not as tonally dark as the previous track or lyrically dark, but there's still, like I said, there's this sadness to this. Can I tell you? You know how Pixar movies, usually they have a short before the feature film? This could make a brilliant short. Oh man, can you imagine? This would be such a perfect short for them to have before the movie. That's great. I enjoy this a lot. Let me know what you guys thought, though, in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the track in the comments down below. You can follow me on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. I think this was just, great songwriting all around. Love that. Hey, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow, and hopefully I'll see you then. Bye.